For a second, look away from why viral funding solutions in terms of reliability, loyalty, flexibility, experience, and more, and think about why this guy. Like many of you, I was locked up in a 9 to 5 job slash career, not being paid what I was worth, not being able to move up another role. The person in front of me didn't want to retire. And this isn't a financial logistics position that I was once in. Working hard up here, as well as having to lift things up with the huge contracting company servicing HP and Peace Health. And I'm not physically adept. I don't have those genetics, but I do have the heart. I've always had this up here. Work smarter, not harder. I went to school, I educated myself. I was a Division I soccer player in the university system. I studied a bit of sociology, transitioned then into chemical engineering. I'm very math and system wired, and so my chemistry is my favorite class of all. And then I made a pivot as I wanted to start a business, so I got into business administration, and you could say the rest is history. I worked in construction, manufacturing, warehousing. I was even a ramp agent at some point, other positions out there as well, and not exactly in the cubicle space until I got more into that financial logistics position. But here I was working on the machine for an aerospace company. I was pumping out the tooling, getting into the blueprint room eventually, looking at the die castings, doing a few molds, looking at the dimensions, and doing a few analysis there. As I grew over time, I started to understand what I really wanted to do. And so in this financial logistics position, unfortunately, the company went down under, and there were a lot of people getting relieved. There was a transitionary phase for probably a few months or less than that. And I had to go back on unemployment benefits and food stamp cards. And me being introverted and the cerebral person that I am, even this is hard for me to do. But just going to the grocery store and making the payment with your EBT card, not being able to lock eyes with the person at times, but feeling embarrassed. I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to let my family down and leave them in a position where they were taking on everything or half and more. And even just for the things like a small meal or something even more pricier, going out for an event, and things like that, I would be very cautious of. And even though we could split or however it was done, that was even difficult to come to terms with. And I just didn't want to continue to let them down. And not that I've ever been a bad person. It's just these are things that happen in our life. Unemployment benefits, you're seeking out additional funding, you don't have the necessary funds that you need in your account at the time. And these are just the things that can happen to anybody, even though you go on a linear path, the whole school, then to work, job, turned into a career or whatever it is you're doing. And so I've accumulated a lot thanks to that time in my life in my younger 20s. And having at that moment when just before the company went out, and I was already preparing for starting a passive income stream. That day, I was sitting at my cubicle having lunch. It was a ham sandwich, ham and cheese, with my Dorito chips that I always turn to, and looking for the right word. Just below me is a ground floor with cracks going in different directions. I am in a 3-story building at the bottom. You can think of it like a dungeon. Just above me are some bright lights, although it's so dim at the same time. It's like you were in an interrogation room. People can walk by, just kind of look in. I'd give them the, hi, how are you? Something simple. And that day, my friend sent me a Snapchat social media app message responding back to the teriyaki meal that I had the night before. Me, having not connected with them in some time, I'm seeing the message notification. I open that up from Tyson. Oh. And then I respond back. And then now we get into communication about a few things, him with his trucking company and doing things there. And then me being in a position where I'm so fired up inside and all this pain and having to do something different, not just going back to school to earn another semester, another degree, do more with the current degree, and or go get more certifications, or just taking on another job slash career and work 9 to 5. The whole go to school, work, and build up your social security, your 401k, all of these things, and your retirement fund, all this stuff, funds, and so forth. But to make a change, and so being who I am, I told him, hey, I'm doing good, I'm doing great. But in the inside, I knew it was fired up. And I've always been a positive person. And so he started talking to me about e-commerce. I did a little bit of network marketing back in the day. And then it wasn't strong, though. It wasn't something that really didn't, it wasn't really my thing. That's structured. And so he started telling me about passive income, digital marketing, and it started to sound more attractive. And I've already heard about these things, but I just didn't get into it too much. And we were just going over it. And I thought, it wouldn't hurt to at least go do some further research. So literally that day, I couldn't get in my car fast enough. There was an elevator we had to go up. I went up where we could take the stairs. And it felt like I was running through the door. And like I didn't even have to touch it. It felt like it was just like moving before I even got there. Like it told me, hey, I know you're going to burst through these. Let me just try to open this for you so you don't break anything. And so I got into my Honda car at the time, my red Honda, a beat up car, and it had like the top of the car and other places. I'm gonna start naming them all, but the hood, etc. But certain spots, because of the sun, where I was living in California back then, I'm in Washington, but went to California, came back in the heat of the car and left those spots. But I got home that day, couldn't be there quick enough, bursted through the door, set my backpack that was only hanging on my left shoulder in front of the stair steps on my left. I gingerly turned the corner. I peeled like I was street driving or drifting. And I looked to my left, and in front of me is my kitchen, dining table, countertop on the left where my laptop is sitting from earlier in the morning using it. I grabbed my laptop, I set it on my dining table. I couldn't open it up fast enough. Started doing searching on YouTube, how to create a digital marketing agency, what's lead generation, and this affiliate marketing, and the rest was history. From there, I started really to absorb and build the whole digital marketing agency, lead generation business, the affiliate marketing into the health space at the same time or around there. And then you have other verticals that I have in the affiliate space, other ventures, and now this being my primary focus as a business funding expert, business loan broker expert. So I wanted to really help out a lot of people. And one of my biggest whys as well recently is the loss of my dog brother. Very, very close with him. His name is Gizmo. Speak about him in the present tense because although I've moved on from things, he is always here. And he's always here every day. And so having to lose him after 15 years, a toy poodle, because of kidney disease, latest stage, and we had to go put him down on a Monday. So I just held him close to my shoulder here before going in, and I told him, hey, everything's going to be okay. I'll see you up there with grandma and grandpa and everybody one day. Say hi to them for me, okay? They'll take good care of you. Take good care of them. And a little bit more, this is stuff that I don't publicly want to speak about, but just want you to know that's there. And that reason, he saw me when I was the most vulnerable. He saw me when I was somewhere in the middle and at my best. And without getting into, it's hard for me to bring that up. It's been a little bit of time, so it's allowed enough time to grieve and heal, but I pray and I say hi to him every day. We have his ashes, and I go there before I go to sleep, and I will thank him. I'll say, hey, I felt your presence. I know you were here. You're always here with us every day. You're looking over our shoulders. You're our guiding light. You're my guiding light, as well as everybody up above. And so it was just something that brought out more from me, gave me better perspective on life and death. And a month before that, I lost my grandma. And so that was hard too, very close to her. So all of this, you could take this and say, you're going to go backwards with it, or you're going to take it and go forward. And I took it and have gone forward with it. So that's everything from me. That's where I want to leave it at. Just know that there's more than just the business itself, the loyalty, the reliability, the experience. There's much more that I stand for, values, the moral, character matters, my aspirations, my beliefs, and much more, my focus where it lies, and that my cerebral, introverted personality will shine bright and in ways that you may not have been able to imagine, and how I'm able to transfer and deliver those deliverables, those messages, or those pieces of content, or it could be a PDF, or the process, the systems, the automation, how much we do of that at what time. And so I just want to make sure you have that understanding that I'll be able to help you with whatever it is you need. I could go into each and every part of the story that I just laid out for you, and even in a deeper level and even longer. We'd be here for a longer time, but character matters a lot to me. Attitude, effort, responsibility, accountability, focus, having the right concentration. There's a lot more values, morals, beliefs. We can go into a lot more things. And even if you're a stubborn, cocky, ignorant type of person, I'm not judging here, but we can leave that out the door. We don't want that affecting us when we go through the process, and that then becomes friction and resistance that's not necessary. There may still be some, a lot of the times it doesn't need to be, but we can leave that out. And I'm willing to work with you as long as you stay level headed with me and you don't propose certain problems that are around attitude, effort, around ignorance. That is not me solving problems as an entrepreneur slash business owner, where it's like, what does it have to do with your business? But I also care about you as a person, so it does have a lot to do. And so if we could work on that as well, the character, we can work on the personal development, and there's various ways of doing that to then transferring that over here. And really that can help you in ways with your health, your relationship, your wealth, and in many more ways. You're going to see the differences in your personal life, and you're going to see the behaviors change, the attitude, the effort, the habits, the routines. Much more of this is to come. And so without me getting into all of this deeper, because I could spend a lot of time on, that's where I want to leave it at. I do greatly appreciate you, your energy, and your time. And down below in the description, I'll leave for you content like a questionnaire where you can submit it and get a very highly personalized and customized email slash PDF response on your best funding option and options. I'll thoroughly detail per detail give them to you and show you what even isn't out publicly, stuff that you just can't find. You find other things that is not as relevant, or is it trustworthy, reliable, up to date? Is it not? Are they really giving me everything? Is it just jumbled and it's just a lot of stuff that I'm like, I need to know more about this, and a lot after that. So I'll leave that down below. There will be more information on how to get started as well as other material, but the questionnaire would be the best place to begin, excuse me. And if you have filled that out and I got back to you, that's another story. And if I haven't, I will get back to you soon. And I, again, greatly appreciate you with your energy and your time. I don't take that for granted. And I hope you got some value from this. So that is everything for now. Appreciate you. Thank you. Bye.